Hey everybody, welcome back to another of my Independence Day hot sauce series of videos. And I'm out here in the sunroom having a Independence Day cigar. Because didn't they have a cigar, a celebratory cigar at the end of Independence Day, the movie?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So, you know, I
Sure
figured that,
did.
yeah.
Well, and it was hand-rolled in Stockbridge, which is in the United States.
It is. Stockbridge is in the United States. That's right. So yeah, hand-rolled, American-made, and pays tribute to a great movie, or at least that's what we're saying. Because
Exactly.
you know, today, because we need a loose tie-in.
Of
to,
course.
You know. You know, I hope you left out milk and cookies for Captain America last night.
Every Independence Day Eve. Yep.
Right.
You gotta.
All right. Well, we got a special video planned for you today, because it's going to be the first time I've ever done a double tasting in a single video, and you're going to find out why here in just a moment. This came from Pepper Palace, and it was during election year, and it was too amusing to pass up. And so we have Sleepy Joe,
Sleepy Joe hot sauce.
and there will be hell to pay.
Hot sauce. Yes. Yeah.
So that made me laugh. These will definitely be bottles that will go on the shelf once they're
yeah.
empty. All right, well, Sleepy Joe lost, so we'll start with him. And this, I'm going to read you what the bottle says, because some of these are amusing. Joe is a hands-on leader. The hot sauce you won't remember.
Oh, no.
Go ahead, give it a sniff.
Ew.
It's a big effing deal. I would...
Just get another shot of that.
Yep. And I was comparing the ingredients between the two earlier, and they're very, very similar, but with a few differences that it's obvious on the other one. I'm not sure why these specific ingredients were chosen for Sleepy Joe. We're going to see once we crack it open. We're going to see if we can figure it out. But they both use habanero, and they are vinegar based. Also, of course, have salt and other stuff. This one has water and sugar that the other one doesn't.
Okay.
And I mean, water is specific. I mean, it's an ingredient listed on the ingredients list. So
Phones haven't. There we go.
I actually don't see that very often. Why does it need water?
I wonder if it's because it's a sleepy hot sauce.
Maybe so. And then the sugar, so it's a little sweeter. I would assume. We're going to find out.
I'd say he's a little sweeter than Trump.
Oh, you sure about that? Huh? All right. Yeah, I can definitely smell the habanero in that. We're gonna pour a little in this here
See how it
spoon.
looks?
It's yeah,
Whoa,
little.
That's a lot.
Yeah. All right. See if I can get this to my mouth without making too big of a mess.
Yeah, don't do that. No mess.
So it doesn't specifically smell sweet. I don't know. Do sauces have a sweet smell in this area? But I can definitely smell the habanero and the vinegar. Okay, yeah, I can taste the lid. It's not like a candy sauce or anything like that. I mean, it doesn't taste like, hey, I'm gonna go pour this on my ice cream because it's all sweet.
You
and stuff.
would.
And I have.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, that the sugar cuts the heat. We'll compare the heat to the other in just a moment, but habanero sauces are frequently spicier than this, and I think it's probably because of that sugar cutting that heat. So maybe that's what makes it sleepy. And it's probably thinned out a little bit with that water too. So it's maybe got a less concentration of habanero in there than you might get with a typical sauce.
Okay.
So yeah, let's say heat-wise, definitely not as hot as the typical habanero sauce. It's got just enough heat, Mallory. I don't think you would enjoy it, but you might be able to handle it. It might be at your limit, but you might be able to handle it. This is definitely one I would choose for flavor over heat, and it's tasty. I mean, you know, it's kind
Pepper
of
Palace. You can't go wrong.
right. Yeah, Pepper Palace hardly makes bad stuff,
No.
but it is kind of typical. I mean, it is, you know, kind of a typical habanero sauce, I think. But definitely worth it, you know, for the amusing label.
Now, is there a commercial based or habanero based one, or do all of them, you know, they'll have a flavor? Because I know, doesn't Tabasco have one that has habanero in it, or no?
I don't recall them having a habanero. They do have some spicier varieties, though.
Okay.
And I probably will need to do some videos on some of the varieties of Tabasco, because that is my favorite brand of the mass-produced stuff. And it might be interesting to have that, you know, videos on that. What's available out there? What can you find? And heat level of your Scorpion Tabasco versus your regular Tabasco. All right, there will be hell to pay. And just in case you missed it before, it's not to pay, it's to pay. All right, and this says, Obama, you're fired.
Oh my goodness.
Comb over to our side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you see that? You see that? Comb over.
Yeah.
Ivanka, run this place. We shall overcomb.
Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah.
All right, and the ingredients on this one's going to make you laugh. Once again, of course, it has the habanero, the vinegar. This one has onions and lime juice that the other one doesn't have, so that definitely sounds like something I'm going to like. But the most amusing ingredient is carrots.
Orange man.
'Cause Orange
oh
Man.
my goodness.
All right, shake it up, shake it up. It's got a good smell to it. I can definitely, once again, smell the habanero, but it definitely smells a little more vegetable-y, if that's a, you know, a little more
Interesting.
a little more like V8, you know, the vegetable
Interesting.
drink,
I don't know about that.
than the other one does. I guess, you know, partially because of the carrots, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Make sure I can. All right. Bad is, I don't know. I thought the other one might be a little thinner because of the water, but that one seems to be about the same. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's between the two, that's the winner. and I don't mean that in a punny way. I mean, it's just I thought this one would have more heat than the other one, and it does, but it's not a big difference. This one would definitely push your limits, Mallory, more than the other one would. So I do think I was right that the sugar and the water is cutting the heat of the other one. Having said that, this is not a super hot sauce. This it's got enough to get your attention, but it's definitely one, once again, that you would choose specifically for flavor and a little bit of a kick without trying to, you know, blow out your taste buds.
Okay.
That lime juice definitely adds a little tang to it that I like. Of course, you know, I like lime juice in general. I use, you know, when I make salsa, I use a lot of lime juice, a lot more than maybe the recipe calls for. But it's my recipe, so, you know, I do what I want.
Do what you want.
And I like, you know, the taste of lime in my drinks. I've been known to peel and eat a lime before.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me.
So I like limes. Now the lime flavor in this is not overpowering. You're not gonna taste like blind taste test this and immediately think, oh, you know, this is I'm drinking lime juice with some pepper in it. No, it's not. You know, it's not that overstated. But it does add a little bit of a citrus tang to it that's very pleasant. I can't say I specifically taste the carrots, but I still think that is what is adding to that vegetable-y aroma. And it's definitely affecting the colors. You can see it's a little bit darker orange than the other one is. Hopefully that'll show up in the video.
Yeah,
so I think that's more for character and the amusing the amusing nature of the orange. If I were going to get another one of either one of these, I would definitely get the Trump sauce. Excuse me, Toupee sauce.
Yeah, get the Toupee sauce, not the Trump sauce.
Not the Trump sauce. But I kind of doubt. I think this is probably going to end up being a one-off kind of thing. I doubt, this is going to be one that shows up on the shelves on a regular basis. Probably once it's sold out, it's gone. Having said that, Pepper Palace has been known to take the same recipe and put different labels on it. So, there might be another one at some point that comes out that's very similar to that, just under a different name. So we'll see. Am I gonna knock down a door trying to get more of this? Not specifically. There are ones I like more, but would I have it again? Either one of them, yes. If I had it, it would not go to waste. But I'm not gonna make it a high priority. So let me know what you think. What did you get a good laugh out of these? We're not doing political, and that's one of the reasons I did both of these together, because I don't want this to be a political video. It's all about the humor and comparing the two sauces. It has nothing to do with what I think of either human being, and we're not going to get into anything like that. But I'd love to hear what you think. So if you comment, keep the same spirit. Let's don't get political, but definitely tell me what you think. If you had a sauce that's similar to this, does that sound like one you've had? If so, what is it? And which one sounds better to you? Or if you've had one of these specific ones, what did you think? I'd love to hear your comments.